So this one is it's a little bit more complex, but it's an important point. This shows profitability month over month for different residential facilities shown on the left there. In that, profitability is what's known as a lag indicator. It's something that you measure to understand performance. To improve lag indicators, you have to understand what the lead indicators are. What are the things that drive profitability? Because it's those lead indicators where you can take action. It's where you can drive things. It's where you can create initiatives. It's where you can do education to help people change things. In this one report, the overview is just a summary here that shows this, and you can see on the far right, it's from worst performing to best performing. And then through the use of the technology, you can do what's called a drill through. You can click on that cost center. Bob's hovering over 223015. It'll take you to the detail of that cost center. In this detail, it shows you a little table on the right there. It has month over month their profitability again, their revenue information, salary and wages information. If that salary and wages goes over 70% of revenue, it gets highlighted. It shows you the census of the facility and the capacity, because as in many providers, that can change from one month to the next. Based on that, in this example, the provider created targets for each of the different facility capacity homes and each level of needs group combination within those capacity thresholds, and came up with revenue, salary and wage, and salary hours, and salary rate targets. That could be a target. This is based off of a break-even target, but it could be a budget target. It could be a target for whatever you want. And then the variance analysis is shown to say, okay, how are we performing to those? Where are we really, because we're not performing well in this specific cost center or facility, where is it? You can see there's a negative variance of $15,000 related to revenue. Well, what drives revenue? Well, the first piece is there any vacancy? You can see down in that chart where it says occupancy, there's all zeros across for vacant. So there was no vacancy. However, when you look at the therapeutic and medical leave, you can see that there individuals were out of the home. That loss of revenue equated to almost $27,000. So there was part of why the revenues were off. Then as you go into the expense side, salary and wages make up typically 80%. You can see that they were over. If you go back up to that prior slide, 1 second, Bob. You can see that the expenses were over by 74 grand. However, the interesting part in this, the labor hours were below target. So from the amount of hours that were there, you were fine. It's the labor rate that was way above where your target was for this specific type of home. Then you can go to the next slide, please, Bob. Thanks. One of the key things that drives labor rate is open positions. So you can see there was an open position. That then typically leads to overtime or premium pay. You can see on this, 49% of the pay was premium, 51% was regular. And then down below, you start to get insights into individuals, and those would be actual individuals, right? The number of hours they spent per month per home. And so you now start to look at the lead indicators of what's driving the expense side of the equation. But I can tell you within this one view, there's data from 4 different systems being pulled and aggregated in.